Imagine a troubling thought as a cloud drifting across the sky. Observe it as it moves, growing smaller until it disappears. Notice how the sky, vast and unchanging, remains open, pure, and expansive, just like your mind. No matter how many clouds pass, the sky itself is never altered. With practice, this simple visualization strengthens emotional resilience, helping you navigate life with greater peace and clarity. Let your thoughts float by. Release the need for control. The Buddha wisely taught that suffering does not arise from external events but from our reaction to them. Much of our anxiety stems not from life's challenges themselves but from our resistance to them. Overthinking is often an attempt to control what is beyond our reach, a struggle against reality that leaves us drained and uneasy. But what if we stopped resisting? Imagine pushing a heavy boulder up a steep hill, using every ounce of energy to fight gravity. The higher you go, the harder the struggle. Now, picture yourself letting go. The boulder rolls away, and suddenly, the weight is lifted. The path ahead is clear, and you can move forward freely. This is what happens when we stop trying to control the uncontrollable. We don't give up on life's challenges. We simply release the unnecessary burden of resistance. 1. Embracing life's flow. Life is full of uncertainties. The mind naturally overanalyzes, trying to prepare for every possible outcome. But no amount of thinking can change what tomorrow will bring. The rain will fall when it falls. The seasons will change when they are ready. Instead of clinging to the illusion of control, focus on what is truly within your power. You cannot change the direction of the wind, but you can adjust your sails. Surrender is not weakness, it is wisdom. By letting go of what we cannot control, we create space for clarity and calm. Identify one worry that has been occupying your mind. Ask yourself, is this within my control? If not, release it. Picture it as a bird in your hands. Open your palms and watch it fly away. This practice lightens the mind and reveals a deep truth. Uncertainty is not something to fear. It is the space where growth and possibility reside. 2. Mindfulness, a lighthouse in the storm. The Buddha said, when the mind is calm, the breath is calm. Anxiety often feels like a storm, chaotic, overwhelming, out of control. But mindfulness is a lighthouse, steady and unshaken, guiding you back to safety. Imagine you are on a boat caught in a storm. Waves crash, the wind howls, and you are tossed in every direction. In the distance, a lighthouse beam cuts through the darkness, showing you the way. That light is mindfulness. By anchoring yourself in the present, you can find clarity even in turbulent times. Start with your breath. Inhale deeply, feeling your lungs expand. Hold for a moment, then exhale slowly, releasing tension. This simple act shifts your focus away from the storm of thoughts and back to the present moment. Mindfulness is always available, whether you're in traffic, at work, or lying awake at night. The more you return to your breath, the calmer the storm inside you becomes. Over time, mindfulness changes how you respond to stress and overthinking. Instead of reacting impulsively or spiraling into worry, you pause, breathe, and center yourself. This creates space for wiser decisions, made from a place of clarity rather than fear. 3. Simplify your life. The Buddha taught, happiness is not a goal, it is the path. Yet, we often chase complexity, endless striving, cluttered thoughts, and overthinking, believing it will bring us peace. In truth, simplicity is what clears the fog, allowing us to find clarity and joy in the present moment. Imagine a tree in a dense forest, its branches tangled and heavy. The excess growth blocks sunlight, stifling new life. But when the unnecessary branches are pruned, the tree flourishes, focusing its energy on what truly matters. Our minds work the same way. What in your life is unnecessary? What truly nurtures your soul? Identify what is essential and let go of the rest. Say no to commitments that drain you. Declutter your space. Limit distractions. Each act of simplification creates mental clarity, reducing the overwhelm that fuels overthinking. The same applies to your thoughts. When you catch yourself overthinking, pause and ask, is this thought helping me or hindering me? Picture your mind as a tree, pruning away thoughts that no longer serve you. Let light and clarity shine through. Simplicity does not mean giving up ambition. It means removing what weighs you down so you can move forward with intention. It's not about doing more, it's about doing what matters. In this simplicity, you find freedom. For not trust in impermanence. The Buddha taught, all conditioned things are impermanent. Yet, we often overthink because we believe our struggles are permanent. We fear that pain will last forever, that failure will define us. But impermanence reminds us that nothing, neither joy nor suffering, lasts forever. Imagine a storm rolling across the sky. The thunder roars, the rain pours, and the wind howls. It feels endless. But eventually, the storm passes. The clouds part. The sun returns. Life is the same. Every hardship, no matter how intense, will pass. Overthinking clings to permanence. What if this pain never ends? But this is an illusion. The sleepless nights, the overwhelming distress, they are passing visitors, not permanent residents in your life. When facing difficulty, repeat to yourself, this too shall pass. Let these words anchor you in hope. Instead of resisting change, trust it. Just as seasons shift, so too will your circumstances. This understanding brings both peace and resilience. Instead of fearing the storm, trust in the calm that follows. 5. The power of self-compassion. The Buddha taught that compassion begins within. Yet, in moments of overthinking, we often judge ourselves harshly instead of offering kindness. Imagine a young sapling struggling against strong winds. You wouldn't blame it for bending, you would nurture it, giving it water and care so it can grow strong. Your mind deserves the same patience. Overthinking often arises because we expect perfection from ourselves. We replay conversations, analyze decisions, and criticize every flaw, believing this will help us avoid mistakes. But relentless self-criticism only deepens our suffering. Pause and remind yourself, I am human. It's okay to feel overwhelmed. This small act of self-acceptance is like opening a window in a stuffy room, letting in fresh air and light. Now, imagine a dear friend coming to you, feeling anxious and lost in overthinking. You would not dismiss their feelings or criticize them. You would offer kindness, comfort, and understanding. Extend that same compassion to yourself. When your mind spirals, gently say, it's okay. You're doing your best. Breathe. Self-compassion doesn't mean ignoring challenges. It means facing them with a kind heart, free from the weight of self-judgment. In this space of kindness, clarity and resilience naturally arise. Over time, this practice quiets the mind and creates lasting inner peace. Mountain standing tall against the winds. No matter how fiercely the storm rages, the mountain remains unshaken. This is the essence of equanimity, a mind that does not waver in the face of change. Overthinking often arises when we resist what is happening. We attach ourselves to expectations, worry about the future, or dwell on the past. But equanimity teaches us to accept life as it unfolds, neither clinging to pleasure nor fearing pain. Instead of being tossed around by circumstances, we learn to respond with wisdom and inner steadiness. To cultivate equanimity, try this simple practice. When emotions rise, pause and take a deep breath. Instead of reacting immediately, observe your feelings with curiosity rather than judgment. Recognize that emotions, like waves in the ocean, come and go. Remind yourself that whatever you are experiencing is temporary. Lastly, shift your focus to the present moment. Your breath, the sounds around you, or the sensation of your feet on the ground. These small acts help anchor you in the now. With time, equanimity brings a deep sense of strength and peace. Life's challenges no longer feel overwhelming. Instead, they become waves you can navigate with grace. 6. Free yourself from the weight of expectations. One of the greatest sources of overthinking is attachment. Attachment to outcomes, opinions, or even identities. We cling to how we believe things should be, which creates suffering when reality does not align with our expectations. The Buddha compared attachment to grasping a red-hot coal. It only burns the one holding on. When we attach to a specific future, we create stress trying to control what is beyond our reach. We become trapped in a cycle of fear and disappointment, always chasing certainty. But non-attachment teaches us a different way, to engage fully in life without clinging to any particular outcome. It is the difference between holding a butterfly gently in your palm versus gripping it so tightly that it cannot fly. Practicing non-attachment does not mean becoming indifferent. It means learning to let go of the need for control and trusting life's natural flow. Observe your expectations and ask yourself, am I holding on to something too tightly? If so, gently release the grip. Trust that even if things don't go as planned, life still has something meaningful to offer. By embracing non-attachment, we free ourselves from unnecessary mental burdens and open up to greater peace. 7. The power of silence. Overthinking thrives in noise, constant stimulation, endless distractions, and an overactive mind. Silence, on the other hand, is where true clarity emerges. In Buddhist practice, silence is not emptiness, it is fullness. It is the space where wisdom, insight, and deep awareness arise. Imagine a muddy pond. When the water is disturbed, it is murky. But when left undisturbed, the mud settles, revealing the clear water beneath. The mind works the same way. When we create moments of silence in our lives, the mental chatter settles, and we can see things more clearly. Inviting silence into daily life does not require dramatic changes. Start by beginning your day in stillness. Sit quietly for a few moments before reaching for your phone or engaging in the day's tasks. Throughout the day, create small pauses to simply sit, breathe, and be. Even 5 minutes of silent meditation can calm an overactive mind and bring a sense of deep inner peace. Silence is not about doing nothing. It is about allowing wisdom to arise naturally. In stillness, the mind becomes clear and overthinking fades. 8. The beauty of surrender. Overthinking often stems from fear. The fear of making mistakes, the fear of uncertainty, the fear of losing control. But the truth is, we are never fully in control. Life moves in ways beyond our understanding, and true peace comes not from controlling every detail but from trusting the journey. The Buddha taught that surrender is not giving up, it is letting go of resistance. It is accepting life as it comes, trusting that even challenges serve a purpose. Picture yourself floating in a river. If you fight the current, you struggle. But if you surrender and trust the flow, you move effortlessly. The same applies to life. To cultivate surrender, start with the breath. With every exhale, let go of tension, worry, and the need for certainty. Practice affirmations like, I trust the process of life. Everything unfolds in its own time. Instead of fearing the unknown, welcome it as an opportunity for growth and transformation. Surrendering to life does not mean passivity. It means embracing what comes with openness and grace. It is in this surrender that we find true freedom. Overthinking is not a habit we must fight. It is a habit we can transform. Through mindfulness, self-compassion, non-attachment, silence, and surrender, we loosen its grip, revealing the deep peace that has always been within us. The Buddha's teachings remind us that peace is not something to chase, it is something to allow. When we pause, breathe, and let go, we create space for clarity and joy. Right now, in this moment, take a deep breath. Feel the stillness within. Let go of one thought just for now. The journey to inner peace is not about doing more. It is about being more present. The mind can be our greatest obstacle or our most powerful ally. Overthinking clouds our clarity and pulls us away from the present. But within Buddhist wisdom lies the key to stilling the storm and rediscovering the peace within. By focusing on the present, releasing attachment, and trusting in impermanence, we transform mental chaos into stillness. Through mindfulness, simplicity, and self-compassion, we clear unnecessary mental clutter, uncovering the joy and clarity that have been there all along. As the Buddha said, the mind is everything. What you think, you become. Take a deep breath. Let go of one small worry today. Allow it to pass without holding on. This is the first step toward inner freedom. May you walk this path with peace, presence, and a heart open to life's unfolding.